What's up, everyone? Welcome to another edition of Mock the Mock. I am Trevor Sikkema, and in this week's show, we're taking a look at Brentley Weissman's mock draft version 5.0. 5.0. Can't believe we're at this point of the year. That's crazy. From, of course, over at thedraftnetwork.com. We're picking out a couple of selections on this show that I wasn't the biggest fan of. And although Brentley has a lot of picks to like, one of them with the Miami Dolphins, I wasn't the biggest fan of. So this mock draft, the Dolphins don't get Deshaun Watson. So they're picking twice in the first round with Tua Tagovailoa as their quarterback. They go with Jalen Waddle at the top, in the top 10, although they do trade back with Carolina, which is good. But then for their second overall selection, Brentley has them moving up from number 18 to number 13, trading up with the Los Angeles Chargers to go get linebacker Micah Parsons. I don't totally hate this pick, but Brentley has the Dolphins giving up number 18 later in the first round, and also their top pick in the second round to move up 5 spots to go get Parsons. One, I think they might be able to get Parsons at 18. I'm not so sure they need to trade up to go get him. Two, do they really need to get rid of that second round pick to move up? If they love Parsons, I get it. Go get your guy. That's what the NFL draft is all about. But man, when I'm looking at the kind of prospects that could have been available for them at 18 and then 35, offensive tackles, running backs, potentially another wide receiver, a different linebacker that you didn't have to give such a big price for, there's all kinds of different options for the Dolphins. So I love the trade back, still getting Jalen Waddle in the top 10, but not as big of a fan as the trade up to go get Parsons, those 5 spots there for Miami. For our next selection, we got to go to number 15, and this one's going to be very interesting, and I have a feeling this is not the last time I'm going to say this name here on the Mock show. Brentley has the New England Patriots taking Alabama quarterback Mac Jones, and man, after a great year at Alabama, a great time in Mobile for the Senior Bowl, we're seeing Mac Jones' name rise up the boards, and I think it's too rich picking him at number 15 for the Patriots. We're going to start seeing Mac Jones, I know it, in the top 10. There's going to be some mock drafts that have him going even in the top 8 maybe, because as we get closer and closer to the end of April for draft day weekend, we're going to look at a lot of teams that need quarterbacks, and we're going to try to fill them. We know something crazy is going to happen. We just don't know exactly who's going to make that deal yet. I don't love Jones going this high. I really don't. I think he's a good quarterback. I'm not so sure he's this transcendent guy that you want to pick in the top 15, but we know that the league is starving for quarterbacks, and man, has Jones had an awesome rise throughout this season, basically in every way, every single week. And so I get it. I get why he's this high. It's still just too rich for me. For our last team, it's another AFC East team, and I promise I did not go into this thinking that I was going to pick 3 AFC East teams here for Mock the Mock, but we got to talk about this New York Jets pick at number 23. Brentley has them taking Clemson running back Travis Etienne, and where I like Etienne, I've said this before on this show, and I understand the logic that Brentley laid out where he's talking about Mike LaFleur coming over from the San Francisco 49ers, introducing more wide zone schemes. Travis Etienne can run them very well, especially with his speed up the sidelines. I get it. I just don't think it needs to be a running back here at 23 in the first round. The New York Jets have so many other needs, especially along both offensive and defensive lines. You look at cornerback as well. There's a lot of other areas that they could upgrade over taking Travis Etienne in the first round. I understand the running game, the foundation of football, got to establish the run, all that jazz. And I say that a bit sarcastically, but this pick, if you ask me, has to go to the trenches. The Jets don't have the roster makeup right now to have this kind of luxury pick. For a different team, maybe Etienne in the first round would make sense. For the New York Jets, I'm out on this. That's all the mocking of Brentley's mock draft that we're doing this week. But of course, we have favorite fits that's coming out over on the Draft Network's YouTube channel later this week.